Let's take a look at lesson 1-4 about literal equations. This is on page 12 of your workbook. So a literal equation is going to be an equation, just like we've been working with before, but it will have multiple variables. So it is an equation with multiple variables. That means we're going to have equations that just have a lot of letters. Okay, so it's an equation. Instead of having all the numbers like we've been having, we will have a lot of letters, a lot of variables. So let's look at this example here to get us started. Over here on the left, we have 2x minus 5 equals 13. And on the right, we have ax minus b equals c. So if you compare these, they are in a similar form, right? The 2 is in the same place as the a, and the x's match up in both equations. And then we have a minus 5 and a minus b, and then we have the equal sign, and we have equals 13 equals c. So see how they match up, like they are in the same form. So we're going to use this as an example to help us see how to solve. This one's the literal equation, is what we call it, a literal equation. And this is the equation that we've been solving. So let's try to solve these side by side and see what happens. In this equation that we've been solving, hopefully we know the first thing we're going to do is add 5 to both sides, because we start with undoing the addition and subtraction. So that leaves us 2x equals 18. So over here on the literal equation, let's do that same thing. The thing that matched that minus 5 was this minus b. So I'm going to add b to both sides. That seems weird, but we're just doing the same thing that we did over on the left over here on the right. So these b's now cancel out, and I have ax instead of 2x. I just bring this term down, and I'm left with this c plus b. Now over here on the left, we were able to add 13 plus 5 to get 18. We can't add c plus b, so we just write down it equals c plus b. We can't do anything more than that because we can't combine them. They aren't like terms. Now back over here to the left, the next thing we would do is divide by 2. And that will cancel out our 2's, and we would get an answer of x equals 9. So in our literal equation, we don't have a 2, we have an a. So we will divide by a on both sides. The a's do cancel out, so we're left with x. But none of this c, b, or a combine. So we just write down that it equals c plus b divided by a. And that is our answer. We have solved it for x. So our answers are quite different in these literal equations because we don't get a number. Like over here, we got x equals 9, which is super nice because we could plug it in and see if it works, and we know that we did it right. Whereas with this literal equation, we're just kind of rearranging it, getting a variable by itself. So some similarities and differences that you might have noticed. They'll both use the opposite operations, right? In both kinds of equations, we will use the opposite operation. So to undo addition, we will subtract. To undo multiplication, we'll divide. So we'll still use that same step-by-step doing the opposite operation. But in literal equations, they're not going to simplify. So we're not going to get that nice x equals 9 type answer. So a literal equation, they just don't simplify. We will leave it with a lot of letters, looking kind of messy, honestly. Okay, let's look at some examples here. So on number 1, we want to solve for w. So I looked at the W and I say, all right, what is it that's attached to the W? Well, obviously the L is attached to W. This is the area formula, right? Area equals length times width. So to undo that L so I can get that W by itself, I'll undo times or multiplication, which is undone with division. So that means L times W, the opposite is divide. So I divide both sides by L, and I'll find that W is just this, A divided by L. So number 2 is the same thing. A equals B times H. Again, an area equals base times height. Base times height. So to undo times, we divide. We do the opposite operation. So that leaves me with H equals this thing, A divided by B. Number 3 is the same. Let's look at number 4. We're going to solve for T. I equals PRT. So that's the interest equals principal times the rate times the time. All 3 of these things are being multiplied together. So if I want to get the T by itself, I have to get rid of these things that are multiplied together times the T. So I'll divide, and I can do them all at once. I'll divide by P and R at the same time. That cancels out, and I will find that T equals I divided by PR. It's going to be similar for number 5. V equals LWH. That's volume equals length times width times height. So if I want to solve for this height, I have to get rid of these length and width that are being multiplied by the height. To undo multiplication, we divide. So I'll divide both sides by length times width. That leaves me height is volume divided by length times width. It's this thing right here. I don't like R because it has a square, or I'm sorry, 6, because we're not going to deal with that square. So let's go on to number 7. So in number 7, we have M equals C minus S. I can't think of what that formula would be, but that's okay. It's just some letters. We want to solve for C. Well, what's attached to the C is this minus S. So to undo a minus S, we will do the opposite operation. So we add S to both sides. That leaves us C equals M plus S. And on number 8, we want to solve for M. D equals M divided by V. M divided by V. So to undo this V, we have to think about how it's attached to the M, and it's M divided by V. So to undo that, we multiply. V, not W. So that will give us M equals D times V. What's this? Because the V's cancel out over here. Okay, so those are all one step. What if we have more than one step? Well, you're going to think backwards of your PEMDAS. So we have the parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction with PEMDAS, if you've learned it that way. But we're going to go backwards. We're going to start by undoing any addition and subtraction. Then we'll undo our multiplication and division. Then if we have any exponents or parentheses, we'll finish up with those. Also, remember, we're going to remove fractions by multiplying by the reciprocal. Multiply by the reciprocal. And usually, the last step is to divide by whatever is right next to your variable. So let's look at number 9. We have A equals 1/2 BH. That's the area of a triangle. Area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. We're solving for h, so I'm going to have to get this together, and we do know that all these are multiplied together, 1/2 times the base times the height. But I'm going to go ahead and take care of the 1/2 separately. To get rid of this 1/2, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2, and that gives me 2a. Then I'm just left with bh. And to get the h by itself, this is where this last step is usually to divide by whatever is next to your variable. Well, what's right next to my variable is this b, so I'll divide both sides by b. So that gives me h equals 2a divided by b. Number 10 is the very same. Number 11, let's look at that one. I'm going to write out my PEMDAS again. PEMDAS, I'm going to go backwards. So do I have any addition and subtraction? No, I don't. So I'll move on to my multiplication and division. I'm going to start with this division. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. To undo the division, I multiply. So that gives me 2k equals mv squared. I'm solving for m, and remember our last step is usually to divide by whatever is attached to our variable. Well, what's attached to our variable is the v squared. So I'll divide by v squared. So I have m equals 2k divided by v squared. Number 12 looks like a good one. Let's solve for b. It's trapped up here. So once again, we'll do our PEMDAS. So we start with addition and subtraction. Does that mean I should start with subtracting the c? No, you can't subtract that c because it is being divided by the d first. So we have to take care of that d before we can go any further. So we'll start by multiplying both sides by d to get rid of that. And then it's like that division bar was acting as parentheses. So we have to get rid of that d first. So we have AD, and then we just have the b plus c. So to get rid of the c, we'll subtract c from both sides, and that will give us b by itself, which will be AD minus c. All right, let's look at number 13. Don't want to go too much longer here, but we're going to solve for w. So we're going to look at our PEMDAS again, and we're going to do it in reverse. So I'm going to start by moving addition and subtraction. So here's my addition. So the thing that is added is this 2L. So I'm going to subtract this 2L from both sides. And that gives me P minus 2L, and I'm left with 2W over here. And to solve for W, remember the last thing you usually do is you divide by what is in front of that variable. So it's W equals P minus 2L over 2. And number 14 would be the same thing. It's going to be minus the AX, and then you'll divide by B. So if you want to work that one on your own, we're getting y. Y is going to be C minus AX divided by B. So you might want to look at that and see if you can figure that one out on your own. It's just like number 13. And let's do, that one's pretty straightforward. This one's pretty straightforward. Let's do one with some parentheses. So let's do the Celsius to Fahrenheit to finish up here. We're going to solve it for the Fahrenheit. And we're going to do our PEMDAS in reverse again. So usually I start with addition and subtraction. So the subtraction is inside these parentheses. So that would actually be this because that's the parentheses. So I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to start with this fraction. I get rid of fractions by multiplying by the reciprocal on both sides. So that gives me 9/5 C, and these cancel out. And that will equal F minus 32. And then to solve for f, I need to get rid of the addition and subtraction. So after I get that parentheses isolated, that's when I can start kind of doing the PEMDAS again backwards. See, I got everything except the parentheses, and then I start doing the PEMDAS again backwards so that I can solve. So that would be 9/5 C plus 32. So 18 is going to be the same type thing. We're trying to solve for B1, which is in here, but we have, again, these parentheses. So we're going to get rid of the parentheses, or get rid of what's attached to the parentheses, which is the 1/2 H. So again, I think it's probably easiest if we take care of the fraction first. I'll multiply by 2 or 1, or just 2, to get rid of that fraction. So that gives me 2a. And I still have the h, and b1 plus b2. Now to get rid of the h, I'll need to divide so that I can free up that thing that's in the parentheses. So I'll have 2a over h, and that will equal b1 plus b2. And I'm solving for b1, so then I'll subtract b2. So b1 is going to be 2a over h minus b2. All right, so those are your literal equations. For your homework, you're going to be working on page 14. And please just do the odds. Do the odds. It's only 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So you've only got 6 questions. So just do the odds on page 14 for your homework. Odds, page 14. And I'll see you in class.